All right, what up, y'all? Okay, so obviously, welcome back to my channel. That's just my bed behind me. I look very different because your girl shaved her head off. Oh, shaved my hair off. So first of all, I tried like mushrooms, right? So I knew this person and they introduced me to like these little chocolate bars. I'm not gonna put too much into that. Like it is what it is because I don't want to be responsible for people like taking the chocolate bars and then it going wrong. It goes wrong for other people. For me, it went well, but I'm just saying it could go wrong for other people. And I'm not like saying do this because to be honest, I don't really. I know about it, but I don't feel like I know much or enough to get on any platform and say, I recommend doing this, because that's just not how a responsible adult would go about that. But yeah, I just wanted to come here and talk. Like, I know that my last live, I was kind of down. I was like festering on something that happened and something that went wrong in my life. And it was just like really taking a toll on me. But I just wanted to say, not necessarily over it. I've been struggling with that phrase like get over it or but I'm past it. I'm past it. It's still something that's prevalent that happened to me and of course it's going to bother me from time to time, but like I'm not as much of a Debbie Downer as I was the other day when I was like, "Oh my god, this happened." Yeah. But I'm fine. Um I'm doing better, but I wanted to come here and talk about like good versus bad touch. So I feel like we talk about that with children or we hear that phrase a lot when it comes to kids or whatever. And like as an adult, it's not something that people really talk about anymore. But it's very important because like if you have complex PTSD or PTSD stemming from a sexual trauma, good and bad touch is something that you kind of need to relearn because what happens is the body keeps the score, like the book says. See what I did there? What happens is the body remembers the trauma. And of course, I'm speaking on experience. I'm speaking on like other people that I knew or know in my life that has had similar interactions and it has affected them the same way. Um, Basically what happens is your body keeps in mind what happened to you. So for example, let's see. I was gonna give a celebrity example, but I'm not in nobody business, girl. I don't know nobody business, girl. So I can't even give a celebrity example because I can't even think of one. But um, let's just say you're a female, you know, or male, age around 32 and something traumatic happened in your life around age 15 and you can still feel like your body can still feel like the best way I can describe it is like pressure. So like when you get a black eye or something and it like swells up but you also can still feel the punch for a couple of days. That sounds terrible, but like you can still feel the punch for a couple of days. Like yeah, it's like pressure. Just imagine that, but ongoing for a couple years. I just kind of thought of this randomly, and I'll probably do a better video to break this down. But I think a good way to get around that is just having positive, reteaching your body positive touch. And what I mean by that is having like a little. This is the closest thing to me, but this is like a squishy. I got this from Ross. Basically, you freeze it, it gets cold. So, one thing that you need to know about like anxiety, like cold things are good to shock the system. So, what I would do is put this on the back of my neck. But let's say this is my problem area. I will put this on my arm. It shocks the system. It kind of like resets your body when you put something cold on your body. And it helps with swelling. But like obviously there's no swelling, but in my head or my body is remembering the trauma. So it's also going to have reactions to the trauma. So yeah, there's no visible swelling, but my body is reacting as if there is swelling. So ice should help, or anything super cold or frozen should help. The second option, you can give yourself a little massage, just Vaseline. Obviously, coconut oil is best, but I don't have any right now, so you just give yourself a little massage in that area and like really work it into the skin. Like help yourself, you know? but look after yourself. You don't need to like really, 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 you know, you're not a masseuse. If you are a masseuse girl, this is good for you. This is great practice. But like if you're not a masseuse, it's okay. But I just hold on, let me see. I actually wrote down notes for this video. I'm just winging it, which kind of is not a good idea. But sorry, 1 second. Period. Okay, so number one sign that you need to so the number one sign that you need to relearn, or maybe a good idea to teach yourself to reteach yourself positive touch versus negative touch, is if you find yourself saying is I don't want anyone touching me, or if you kind of like jump a lot, you're jumpy. If someone like if your arm is the problem area, but someone reaches over your arm to get something in front of you and you're just like kind of freaked out about it, or if like you feel pressure on that problem area a lot, as if someone's touching you, you know? So yeah, so here's a thing that you could do. Kind of treat yourself like a baby. So this is a really good thing to do when you're like we're doing shadow work and you want to relearn stuff, and like you really want to, what is it called? Reparent yourself type stuff. This is gonna sound loud, but I promise you it's more fun than wow. Okay. So what I would do, what I have no, I haven't done, but what I would do, what I think is great is you go to Build a Bear, right? And you literally just go pick a bear and build a bear like you're a kid. You take yourself, you give yourself a little budget, all the whole nine. You know what I mean? Like how a parent would do for their child. Hey, we're gonna build a bear, but you can only spend $50. So remember that $50 or whatever your budget is, and you build a bear exactly how you want it. So you build a bear, you can pick the color of the bear, the size of the bear, the plushiness of the bear, the fabric of the bear. You can dress the bear up, dress the bear down, whatever. But that's just one thing. So go to Build a Bear, pick a bear, and give the bear a name. And then here's the most important part. Do not forget this step, because this is what helps. Like me, okay? If you feel like you're above a bear, just get a pillow, girl, but use the step as well. Stuff the bear with cotton, right? But while you're stuffing it with cotton, you either put essential oil on the cotton, or you go to Trader Joe's and get the dried lavender leaves and you put it inside the pillow. Now, lavender is really good for anxiety. So if you have anxiety, that's perfect. If you don't have anxiety, but this activity is still relates because you need to be calm as possible, and having little like lavender teas or lavender beads will kind of help add to that. Um, Now I'm gonna go to a different example now. So I'm gonna use the example of, like, say if your back is a problem area that you get easily triggered from your back, and you have like anything on your back, or being surprised somebody walks up behind you that triggers you, right? So this do. Every single day you take 10, or 15 minutes out of your day to literally relearn different, like, just, I don't know, exposure therapy. That's kind of like that. Boom, exposure therapy. So this is what you do. Lay on your stomach, on the floor, on your bed. Make sure you're in the room alone. Make sure um the room is in a setting that you like. So if you are somebody who likes the dark like me, make sure all the lights are off. It's nighttime, whatever. If you're like someone who prefers the sunlight and that makes you more comfortable, do it when you have maybe on the weekends if you're not working, or if you work a later schedule. Do it when the sun is up bright and early, right? Get you some headphones. Now, don't use AirPods. Okay, you can use any headphones and just whatever. But like, I recommend using the headphones that cover your ears, like the Beats, just because it's like offering like a closeness. It makes you feel all snug like a bug in a rug. Now, play different sounds, right? Like traffic noises if you live in a city. Play traffic noises. play like vibrations, like you just put in vibrations, positive vibrations online. You can put in any type of affirmations that feel good to you. Just play different sounds, like anything that soothes you, classical music, wind blowing. There's this thing called green noise, a cat purring, loud chatter, like people are having fun at a restaurant. And just play that. Make sure you know your problem area. So for example, if the problem area is your back, you would lay on your back. You would lay on your stomach, have your back exposed, and then start off with something hard. Okay? But light, like a book. Also, this book is really good. So if you know, you know. Read this book. Like a book. Just put it there for 60 seconds while you're playing the music, or if you feel like it can go longer, 60 seconds. I'm going to grab the bear that I use, and I'll be right back. All right, back. Guess what? My outfit is cute, right? So here's a bear. Plushy, plushy, plushy. Here's another bear. And this is cool because it has different like sensory stuff on it. Honestly, girl, I went to Ross and got this bear from the pet aisle. So this is supposed to be some damn dog chew toy. So, but I'm not. I'm glad it's not because he's super cute. Anyways, yeah. So you use either one of these bears. I use either one of these bears. Just put it on my back or my neck, or you know what I mean. Lay there while I'm playing loud noises, and you work your way up. So you start off with inanimate objects. So the first thing, or you could be any order, honestly, whatever you feel will work for you best. First thing I recommend is the cold, something cold. Next, something light but a hard surface. Then massage yourself. Obviously, if it's your back, you can't massage yourself, but so much. You can get a back scratcher and just do like lightly like that, or like a feather. You could just lightly move the feather on your back. And yeah, a heating pad is really good. And what this does is it exposes that area to different sensories. So your body's going to respond based on that sense. So you put something really cold on your back, you might get chills. You put something hard on your back, you're going to feel like nothing's really going to happen, but you're just going to feel pressure, light pressure. Something hot on your back, you might start sweating if you put like a heated blanket on your back. If you put a heavy cold object, like if you have a bigger book, like a really big book, like 1,000 pages or something, put that in the freezer. I know that sounds insane. Put that in the freezer and then put it on your back for a couple hours, until it thaws out, whatever. Something prickly. Now, for prickly, I have this little pad that you can step on. It's right behind me. So yeah. And then, or you could use a pine cone for something prickly as well. Because, girl, that's free. That's just go outside and get you a pine cone. That's nothing. And then lastly, I say a person. Someone that you trust. Someone that, you know what, they're not going to do anything to trigger me. If I ask them to just lay their head on my back, or lay their head on my shoulder, or lay their head on my stomach or my front, whatever, they'll be willing to do it, and they won't do too much. Like if I say get up, they'll get up. If I say just stay for 5 seconds, they'll stay for 5 seconds. If I say yes, they'll say yes. If I say no, they'll say no. You know what I mean? I don't have to explain too much to this person. If I just ask them to do it, they'll do it. They won't ask too many questions. They won't make it awkward. Neither will I. So you do that, right? Now, I said in my notes, do this for 2 weeks in a row for 30 minutes a day. And once you can start off in silence, but once your body becomes accustomed to it, you can regulate your sensories by adding noise into the mixture. This will allow your body to ID positive touch. This takes time. I recommend giving yourself as much time as needed. It can go up to 8 weeks. Mind you, girl, this is just something I dreamt about. I'm gonna be honest. I just dreamt about this. It wasn't even like I just dreamt about it. So it's not even that deep. Like if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. Um, what I would recommend is also keep in mind that the body keeps the score. So read that book for sure. Learn behaviors and learn in stored trauma is a really big thing to get over and it's hard to cope with, but it's possible, you know? You can do anything. And it's okay to cry if you have flashbacks. It's okay to puke, throw up, excessively eat, whatever your initial response is. But try not to enable yourself to continue that behavior. So, you know, if it happens, it happens, but just know you're doing these activities to get out of that behavior. And you can, because, you know, we can do anything. Duh. Yeah. So yeah, that was pretty much that's it for this video. And I just wanted to come here and talk about this because it really helped me to do some of these things just naturally. So, you know, as I expressed, I've had issues with therapists and like how therapy is for me, how it has and has not worked. And what has gotten me through it is just doing little things to get me through it. That makes no sense, but like I guess what I'm trying to say is self-therapy is a real thing. So self-therapy is not like the end all be all, meaning like you can't just cure yourself. Like I don't know, girl. According to what I heard, it don't work like that. But self therapy is a good second option, meaning that if you don't currently have a therapist, does not mean you don't have to. That does not mean that you go ages without therapy, without being in therapy, because you still have yourself, and your number one advocate is going to be yourself. Your number one friend is going to be yourself, and the number one relationship you should always prioritize over anything, including and cheering, is yourself. Because if you don't have that established with yourself, unfortunately, nothing really good is going to come out of it. Like you really need a good relationship with yourself in order for things to work. But yeah, just wanted to say that I'm about to record another video because I have some tea to drop. But yeah. Mm. Yeah, so just wanted a few pointers though. This video requires for you to know yourself in order for you to do the work. So meaning if you don't really have an idea of like where your problem area is or what triggers you, it's gonna be hard for you to do this. You know, I'm sorry, I have the window open and there's a bunch of birds flying, and y'all know I don't like birds, child. I'm so scared of birds. They're just like no one talks about it, but they're basically dinosaurs with that fucking peck on their face, that little beak thing. Girl. Anyways, yeah. Yeah. So I'm about to go ahead and record some more content because I have so much written down in this book and I'm super excited. So yeah, I just want to tell you that, and I hope that you have a great day. And if you haven't, you already started your day and if something's bad happened to you already, just know that you can have a better day. Like it's not too late to turn it around. Also, I know y'all like my haircut. not not to gas myself too much, but the girls is girling. The girls is girling. I would I should have been bald headed my whole life. What was I doing? Like, is this even real? But yeah, I hope this video helps you in some type of way. Um, also, do what you feel inclined to do. So you don't have to follow these steps back to the T. And also, I know it's all over the place just because that's how my brain kind of works sometimes when I'm kind of nervous. And talking about this stuff makes me nervous. So, but like, take what works for you, leave what doesn't. That's all I'm gonna say. Take what works for you, leave what doesn't. There's no like right or wrong way to do these things, but this is just what I recommend. It's something that I dreamed about and it came to fruition for me, but also in little ways. Like maybe I haven't done it by step the way that I explained in this video, but in other ways I have done it. I feel like that makes no sense, but like just know I don't put this bear on my back, and we've been best friends for a little while. Like this is a bear that my mother gave me for my birthday when I turned 22, I believe, and I still got her. So, bye. Bye.